My name is Sergeant Burnett, and I'm a police officer in Florida. What we were called for was disturbing, in my book. I was finishing up a call of disturbance of domestic violence, crazy ex-boyfriend threatening a young lady. So, as my team and I locked him up, I went out again on patrol with my partner, Officer Chavez. Chavez and I got along really well. We talked a lot of smack on our jackass superior, and right then and there, that's when we got the call. All available units, we got a call of people hearing muffled screaming at a hotel room. They hear movement inside, and we believe that a hostage could be armed and dangerous. I looked at Chavez, and we made our way to the hotel. As soon as we arrived, other units arrived to assist. We wasted no time in making our way up to the level and room number that was stated, where we then heard muffled noises. We reached the 5th level, room 13. I then knocked on the door. "Police! Open the door or we will force it down," I yelled out. Just then I heard movement in the room. I heard the person say something about, "The end has come," something like that. I then heard the hostage grunt in pain. I then shot the lock and we all went inside. I secured the sides, and what I saw at the time, from what I can recall, blood all over the floor. A man duct taped from his hands and feet, with his pants and underwear down, his shirt undone, having a rope on his hands, and jumping off of the balcony. I rushed over to see where he went, the dark figure swinging over to the side, and I saw him crash through the window on the 2nd level. I radioed in that the target was on the 2nd level, and I raced fast to the floor. I scanned all the areas, and that's when I found them. "Hold it! Turn around!" I yelled out. As this figure stood and turned, I was shocked as to what I was looking at. I saw his black hood and what looked like a worn, torn cape attached to it, along with what looked like a sickle. And as he turned, I saw his full face. I honestly thought I was looking at Death himself. I saw a ghostly face, but this person had tactical gear with sidearms. A cleaning lady walked out and got in between us. I told her to go back into the room. However, this ghoul told her to stay. And of course, it was a sticky situation. Just then, she went back inside as the ghoul ran for cover. Chavez then soon arrived and we started firing. I heard some mumbling from the figure. I couldn't hear clearly what he said, but he started to fire back again. Chavez and I took cover. The firing stopped and we heard more glass shattering. We looked over and he was gone. We tried moving cautiously in case that he planted something. We then went to the window where he leapt through. Sadly, he was gone. There wasn't a single trace of him anywhere. We headed down to the main floor, and that's when our asshole superior arrived. We tried explaining what occurred, but he'd rather be yelling at us for not stopping the suspect and letting him get away. I was pissed off for both losing our suspect and for this dickhead yelling without hearing my side of the story. But what's done is done. The victim was taken to the hospital and my shift was over in about an hour. I just went home. The next day when I clocked in, Chavez told me some horrific news about the incident that occurred. The victim that we found with his pants down and shirt off, he was actually a child molester on a young girl that he recently hired to be one of his actresses on a show. He inappropriately touched her and forced her to do things without her consent. Plus, the girl came to the department to give her side of the story, and she also had video evidence of this guy doing this, and hearing the pleads of this girl telling him to stop. And I was surprised. Holy shit! I was assuming that he was the victim, when it was actually the other way around. I thought in my head, as the investigation was still in process, Chavez also told me that this girl mentioned a guy with a scar on the left side of his face was the one who helped her bring him down. She then mentioned his name. Frank Castle. Frank Castle. Thought that was weird because I know the name Frank Castle. It's the Punisher from Marvel. He doesn't exist. But what Chavez said next chilled me to the bone. He said that the girl said that this guy who helped her was this ghoul-looking Grim Reaper. That he saved her from all of this. What? The guy we were trying to shoot down was actually helping her. I thought. I couldn't figure it out, but with the added details that she mentioned, a scar on the left side of his face, we might be able to find him. Unfortunately, the cameras at the hotel where it happened hadn't been active for over a month, so the trail was cold. I'm typing this on a local site so that maybe you citizens can help me locate this wannabe ghoul. Listen up, Frank Castle, whatever your real name might be. Know that you can't hide forever. Your ass will be mine, and I'll make sure you rot in prison for good.